A little bit more here, Dr. Wendy Coburn at One Village Family Chiropractic in Edmonton, Alberta, just discussing the contemporary model of subluxation according to Miss Heidi Haavik and her research out of Australia, which is amazing. So when we get to like for 3-4 here, we start integrating and using that prefrontal cortex, because as we're growing and developing, we primarily are starting life out in the cerebellum, which is the bottom of the brain, which sits down in here as per our last video. So as our neurons are growing, we are growing 1 million neurons every second the first 2 years of life. I'm going to repeat that. We are growing 1 million neurons every second the first 2 years of life. And those ones that we don't use are sloughed off. As those are growing, by the time we get to age 4, ultimately, the connection and communication that's happening in the cerebellum starts transcribing and using the frontal or prefrontal cortex. And that is where our mood control, pain processing, executive functioning, working memory, self-monitoring, task initiation, impulse control, neuroendocrine function, inflammation, autonomic nervous system, empathy, immune, and emotional control, flexible thinking, planning, prioritizing, all those things that I just read off that you can see there, start to happen in the frontal brain. When we go into fight or flight or freeze, we start to recede back into the cerebellum, and we're not using this as much anymore. So we struggle in some of these areas because this is where our brain is now supposed to have all these areas of control and function. So optimally, to allow the prefrontal part of our brain to work, we need to have movement and alignment of the spine. We have to have proper nutrition moving throughout the spine, and also what we're taking into the system. But movement is life, and life is movement, and it is a key piece for that prefrontal cortex. And we knew with a chiropractic adjustment through Dr. Heidi Haavik's research that when you do a chiropractic adjustment, especially in the cervical spine, it really, really integrates and lights up different neural connections, especially into that prefrontal cortex, which is really, really awesome. And you can see how important it is for all these different things. So for more insights, more information, like us, follow us here at One Village Family Chiropractic on YouTube, and share your comments and thoughts, and we look forward to hearing from you again. Take care.